Welcome back. This is my first fall wreath of the year, and I'm really excited to bring you this video, so I hope you enjoy it. Let us get started on this then. Okay, I have here a 14-inch wreath form. This cute sign that says Harvest Blessings with sunflowers on. I love sunflowers, and everything here is from Dollar Tree, so I'm not going to keep saying it's from Dollar Tree. Everything here is from Dollar Tree. The sign, you're also going to need pipe cleaners. You're going to need let's see, how many pipe? You're going to need 30 pipe cleaners. That just went right out of my head. You need 30 pipe cleaners because we're going to be making 60 clusters on our wreath, and you use half a pipe cleaner for each one. So you're going to need 30. I have some artificial flowers, some scissors, a hot glue gun and glue sticks, and of course you're going to need mesh. And this is the fall colored mesh. I have 2 rolls of green, 2 rolls of gold, 2 rolls of brown for a total of 6. And this ribbon is this wire-edged plaid ribbon. I thought that was just so pretty. And I think I'm going to use 2 spools of that. Of course, you probably already know that at the very beginning of this video. But y'all know I filmed the very beginning of the video at the end. So what we're going to do is I'm going to set this over here to the side. And what you want to do is I make what I call clusters. Here's a cluster with ribbon. Oh, there's another one with ribbon. And here's a cluster without ribbon. I do not measure my mesh. You can do that if you want to. You can use a rotary cutter if you want to. I use scissors. You know, you do whatever you want to. You can use nail clippers if you want to. However, you can cut it. But I take my mesh, this is the end of it, and I just roll it over on itself a couple times until I get a little tube like that. And then cut it. Like that. Now let's lay that over to the side. And you would cut, of course, all of your other colors in the same way. And the way I measure my ribbon is I always cut my ribbon to 1.5 lengths of my mesh. So this mesh is 6 inches long. So of course the ribbon is going to be 9 inches. If you measure it just like that, and then another half, there's 9. Okay, now I'm going to just cut a V in the end. No, I do not like folding my ribbon in half to cut it. And I know what the technical term for this kind of cut is called. So, you do it however you want. I get tons of comments, people trying to correct everything that I say, so that's why I said that. Anyway, so first off, we're going to make a cluster with ribbon. And we'll take a pipe cleaner, cut it in half, like that, and then take that half and fold it into a V. Then take one piece of mesh and roll it into a tube and just clamp it between your fingers like that. Now, if you have a problem doing that, or if you have arthritis or something, you know, where that would hurt your hands to do that, you can use a clothespin or like some of those big hair clips that you can get from beauty supply stores. I believe they're called penguin clips. Those work really well too, you know, if you need help. So I'm just going to make these clusters with one of each color, just like that. Now I'm going to add my ribbon, and you want to put your ribbon with the pretty side, the side that you want facing out, facing towards the tips of your fingers. Just cram it down in there like that. Take your little pipe cleaner V and just sandwich everything at the end of that V and give it 1 or 2 good twists on the back to hold everything together. And there is a cluster. Now everything is going to look a little weird until you get like half of your wreath filled up, so don't worry if it looks bad right now. Come back at the end of your wreath and fluff out your ribbon and all that. So the way I put it on is these 2 little center pieces right here. Just wrap your pipe cleaner around that, just like that. Flip it over and then give it a good old twist. And don't worry if your colors don't look good, if you don't like the way they look. Because you can always come, it's just pipe cleaners and it's just ribbon. You can take it apart and rearrange it, you know, however many times you like until you get something that you like. So, you know, don't worry about screwing anything up here. Now this is another cluster that I had already made that has no ribbon. So I'm going to attach that here. I think I'm going to, there we go. Do a piece of ribbon on every 3rd cluster. So I'm going to put another cluster here with no ribbon and then go back to one with ribbon. Now you're going to be making 60 clusters, and each of these little sections between these bars here, each section is going to have 10 clusters in it. Excuse me. So I'm going to go ahead and fill this one up with my 10 clusters, and I'll pause the video here, and then I'll come back and I will show you what it looks like. Okie dokie. Here is one whole section, and that's what it kind of looks like from the back. See, you can't see your pipe cleaners, and then once you get the sign and the flowers on, you're really not going to be able to see them. But this is what one whole section looks like. It's not looking too bad. Like I said, at the end of making your wreath, then go back and worry about your ribbon then. Don't worry about it now. But anyway, I got one section done, so I'm going to go around and I'm going to work on my other sections, and then when I'm done with those, I'll come back and I will show you how I'm going to attach the sign. I'll see y'all in a minute. Okay, so here is what I have so far with my wreath completely filled up. Oh, the lighting is kind of bad in here today. It's raining again. It's really overcast outside and the lighting is a little off today. But I'm pretty happy with this. I'm pretty happy with the colors and the ribbon that I used. I used almost, I'm trying to get my spool over here. I used almost 2 full spools of this ribbon. You know, not, I'd say probably half of one and a half. So, okay, so now we're going to attach the sign, and this one has holes in it. So all I did is I took some pipe cleaners and threaded it through the holes, twisted it, and then here, one spot on the bottom, I used some hot glue, and I just glued another pipe cleaner. And then what you do is just find wherever you want your sign, and take your pipe cleaners and thread it down in between your little clusters here and fasten it around. I usually do the two center ones where we fasten our actual clusters. That's usually where I put my signs. And don't tighten it down really, really tight, because you still want to be able to, you know, move your sign around. See, this, I want to bring the mesh up and over a little bit, you know, so the sign kind of, you know, melds a little bit better with it, I guess you can say, so it doesn't look like it's just floating on top. Okay, just run that through there, run that through there, and flip her over. Oh Lord. Okay, here we go. I guess I'm not going to tighten this down really tight, because then once I get it in position, then I'll go back and tighten it down. Sometimes you just have to mess with it. Mess with the mesh. Just mess with it a little bit to get your sign where you want it to be. And of course, I'm not going to make y'all watch me do that, because that's incredibly boring. So I'm just going to fasten the bottom part of the sign, and then I'll start sticking some flowers on it. Okay, let's see how that looks. That looks pretty centered. Okay, and then I'll go back and I'll fluff my mesh and do some stuff with my ribbon and make it look a little bit better. There we go. Like I said, everything kind of looks a little wonky until you get your sign and your flowers and, you know, everything. Then you can really start messing with it and make it look better. Now we're going to stick on some flowers and then go back, and you see sometimes there's like these little scraggly pieces of mesh sticking up. Yeah, Dollar Tree mesh does that sometimes. And some people say, well, why don't you use a more expensive mesh? Because I keep my videos centered around the Dollar Tree. That's why. If you're new to making wreaths, you know, why would you want to run out to Hobby Lobby and spend 40 bucks on supplies? And then you may not even like making wreaths, you know, so you do it the Dollar Tree way, and you can kind of get your feet wet and not spend a whole lot of money. Okay, so now I've got my flowers, and I'm just going to pull it off the stem and just kind of see wherever I want to put a few. Just kind of want just a couple just on the corners of the signs, you know, not all over the wreath. And I didn't use the orange mesh because the flowers have enough orange in them, and I didn't want that to clash too badly. So I think that looks good. Oh Lord, look, my leaves are coming off. Stop it. Just thread that back on there if possible. Well, I screwed that one up. That's just ducky. I'm going to get my wire cutters here and I'm just going to snip a little bit. Just like that. Okay. Now my leaves won't come off. Alright, let's put a big old blob of hot glue on here. Now I'm just going to place it right down in the mesh. Hold it for a second. There we go. And that's pretty much it. I don't think I want a bow on this. Nah, I think I'll leave a bow off of it. You can put a bow on yours if you want. But anyway, I hope you liked this tutorial. If you would, please give me a thumbs up. Click subscribe. Check me out on other forms of social media. I'll have the links to all of those in the description box down below. And I hope to see y'all next time. Bye-bye.